12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Divine starts now.
Tonight, an Arizona father is asking the public for help as he searches for his daughter. Liliana Munguia was seen on home security footage leaving early in the morning. Her father said that she went to the Mesa airport and flew to Iowa to meet an older man that she met online. Good evening, I'm Caribe Divine.
I'm Mark Curtis. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono spoke to Liliana's father and joins us live now. And Bianca, we understand that he's now gone to Iowa to try to find her.
Yeah, Mark Caribe, as soon as Juan Munguia learned his daughter might be there, he packed up his car and started driving. He's now searching the area on foot, and tonight he has a message for his daughter.
We're worried. We're worried that she's in danger.
There aren't enough words to express how much Juan Munguia misses his daughter.
I'm worried I won't be able to see her grow up to be the beautiful daughter, the beautiful woman that she's becoming, that everybody is so proud of.
He last saw his daughter, Liliana, or Lily, on August 5th at their home in Casablanca in the Gila River Indian community. But home security cameras show her leaving around 1:30 in the morning, and Juan has learned she left the state to meet an older man she met online.
She must have made plans with them, or I can't imagine what headspace she was in, but she ended up boarding a plane in Mesa, Arizona, and she made her way out to Iowa.
Photos showing Lily at the airport in Des Moines. Her last communication to family members was Wednesday, and her father is terrified.
I'm just scared that she doesn't have a phone, or she may not have a device with her, and she might not have any way to get a hold of us anymore.
Which is why, as soon as he found out she had been seen in Iowa, he packed his car and drove there, virtually speaking with us from his hotel room, spending his days frantically searching for Lily on foot.
I wish I could just sit next to her and just tell her how much she's very loved.
Juan says Lily wants to be a teacher and describes her as loving and has a passion for helping those in need. He says she makes rosaries for those around her, including the one he's wearing, and hasn't taken off during his search.
I'm worried that she might be hungry, she might be cold, so I'm just going to keep walking around and talking to people until somebody tells me, yeah, I saw her, and immediately go there and hopefully bring my daughter home.
Lily is 5'2" with long black hair and brown eyes. As the Gila River Police Department, Des Moines Police Department, and the FBI continue to look for Lily, her father has a message for her.
We're all behind her, and we're all supporting her, and we all just want her back.
And if you have any information about Lily's whereabouts, you are urged to contact the FBI's Phoenix field office. We're live in studio tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
All right, Bianca, thank you. Arizona Proposition 139, the Right to Abortion Initiative, will officially be on the ballot this November. The Arizona Secretary of State's office said late today that it had certified over 577,000 signatures, which is far above the required number. Voters will now get to decide whether to add the right to an abortion to the state constitution. The proposed amendment would allow abortions until a fetus could survive outside the womb, which is typically around 24 weeks. You can read more about the ballot measure right now on 12news.com.
A wild scene played out in Phoenix today. According to police, two men were shooting at a saguaro cactus on a popular hiking trail. When officers approached them, the suspects took off in a stolen car, leading them on a chase across the city. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is at Piestewa Peak, where this all began.
Not only is it illegal to shoot a weapon within city limits, but it's also illegal to hurt a saguaro cactus. A Phoenix Park ranger tells us he witnessed two men doing both of those things just off the nature trail at Piestewa Peak. Bullet holes in this saguaro cactus are at the center of a police investigation. A Phoenix Park ranger tells 12 News he stopped two men who were allegedly using the cactus at Piestewa Peak for target shooting. The park ranger told the men the police were on the way. That's when investigators say the two men took off in a stolen car, leading officers on a pursuit through Phoenix. Officers on the ground lost the men after they ran a red light. A police helicopter continued the chase by air. The men eventually stopped in a Walmart parking lot near 67th Avenue in Peoria.
Someone ran through the store, the door alarm went off, and then the store managers told everyone to come to the front of the store and not to be by the windows and no shopping or nothing. and then we just sat there.
Sky 12 captured the moment officers arrested the men. Back at Piestewa Peak, investigators walked away with a bag full of shell casings. Saguaro cacti are protected plants in Arizona. State law prevents theft and destruction of the native plant.
It's opening wounds that the soil is going to have to heal from.
Tony Cruz with Moon Valley Nursery says it can take quite some time for those wounds to heal.
It's going to cause a problem with their ability to stand tall and their ability to keep, standing with all the arms that it might have at that point.
Phoenix police have not yet said if these two men will face charges. In Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you for that. Well, tonight get ready for a warm-up because 110s could be making a comeback this week. For more on what we can expect, let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Riley. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, yes, we are going to see those 110s make a comeback beginning on Friday and lasting through the upcoming weekend. Now, our average right now is 105, and tomorrow will still be about 2 degrees above that. Wednesday, Thursday up to 109, and then here come the 110s for Friday and the upcoming weekend. As far as storm chances are concerned, we did have some showers and storms on radar, mostly across northern and eastern Arizona today, where we had some heavy downpours, even some small hail earlier. But the lower desert stayed dry for the most part. Clear skies out there right now. Here's a look at our exclusive 12 News monsoon meter for tomorrow. And the storms are going to be mostly across the eastern half of the state as well as northern Arizona. Once again tomorrow, some gusty winds, a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, even a couple flash flood warnings for parts of the high country will be possible. But it's going to get very tough for some of these storms to make it into the valley. We're looking at mostly dry conditions for the valley and western Arizona. For the lower deserts, the big story of the week will be the rising temperatures. Caribe?
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Tonight, an update on the AC issues at a Phoenix apartment complex. It's a story that we've been following for weeks now. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly went back to the Buenas on 32nd Street apartments today to find out if the situation there is getting any better, just days after a judge ordered the landlord to pay for other housing if the air conditioning didn't work. So, Chase, what did you find out today?
Well, Graby, on Friday, as you mentioned, the judge ordered state prosecutors and the attorney representing the apartment complex to go back out to the Buenas on 32nd and check the air conditioning for 5 separate apartment units. If it didn't work, then the landlord would have to pay for those residents to temporarily live somewhere else. So today, we did go to those 5 units to see for ourselves what the situation was looking like. 109 units at the Buenas on 32nd apartment complex have been without AC since the start of June.
No one wants anyone to get sick. No one wants anyone to die.
On Friday, Judge Frank Moskowitz told the Attorney General's office and the defense attorney for the apartment complex to test the AC units at 5 apartments.
And everyone agrees it doesn't work or malfunctions or causes problems. That person gets alternative accommodation at the landlord's expense.
The tests were done that day, but the results haven't been released. So on Monday, we were just hoping to check your AC unit if that's okay. We went to those 5 units ourselves to find out.
It was very, very hot.
Including Sterling Blackwell, who said attorneys have been checking his system up to 3 times a day.
But there's been a steady presence.
And according to our readings, you're looking at about 73 degrees in here, 74. Which is well below the 82-degree limit set in Phoenix City Code.
There's definite movements in the right direction.
Eddie also let us test his. And you're looking at 75 degrees in here.
A major relief.
He says it was months before it was finally fixed.
It took 65 days from when it went down. I hope it just stays like this.
We went to 2 other apartments. The renters didn't want to be on camera, but let us inside. Both were well below the 82-degree threshold, but told us their units just went back on Sunday. While it seems the issue has been fixed for them, others say they're still going through it.
I can't go out and work and come home and relax.
Including Edward Thompson. So this is reading 82.5. His apartment was just above what code allows.
Since the AC went down, I find other places to hang out.
He says it's better, but not where it needs to be, hoping his and many others will be running properly soon. Now, as you saw, we did speak to 4 out of the 5 apartments that were tested. The last one, no one answered the door and it appeared that no one was living there. But the judge on Friday also said for any of these apartments, if the tenants don't allow attorneys to come in and test the air conditioning. Even if it doesn't work, the judge said they cannot be compensated by the landlord to temporarily live somewhere else. We're live in Phoenix tonight. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks. But it isn't only happening at that apartment complex. St. Luke's Behavioral Health Center near downtown Phoenix is also dealing with an air conditioning issue that forced them to move almost 100 patients out of the facility. According to St. Luke's parent company, it took a couple of days to get everyone moved because there's a lack of open beds in residential facilities. But a mother we talked to says she was never told the air conditioning was out or that her daughter was being moved to a different place.
I was never informed. I was never informed they would be moving her, and then I was never informed of where she actually was sent.
St. Luke says the last patient was moved out by Saturday morning. They also say they're working on the AC and hope to get it fixed as soon as possible.
Tonight, Phoenix police are looking for the suspect who shot and killed a 24-year-old man early this morning. Police say that Jacob Sierra was shot at an apartment complex near 44th Street in McDowell around 1:30 in the morning. He was taken to the hospital but died from his injuries. Investigators say that the gunman drove off after the shooting. If you have any information, you're asked to call Phoenix Police or Silent Witness.
New details tonight on a deadly crash on I-17 in Phoenix. DPS says a 22-year-old woman riding a motorcycle died while racing two other vehicles last night near the Camelback Road exit. Troopers say Riley Garcia lost control of her motorcycle and hit a concrete median. Garcia was then hit by one of the cars that she'd been racing. DPS says the driver of that vehicle took off. Up next, the